here's your mid-unit test. All right, here we go. And the first one, negative 15 plus 27. I know it's going to be negative because they're both negative, so I need to add 15 and 27 because they're the same. I get 42. Negative 42, please. 23 and negative 41. I know it's going to be negative. This has the higher value, and when they're different, we subtract. 11 minus 3 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1, and I get negative 18. This one, please change it. Keep the first one, change to addition, and we're going to add the opposite here, which is 17. Who wins? The 17. Okay, so he wins because it has a little bit more. 17 minus 8, and that gives me 9. So the answer is 9. 19 minus 34, it's 19 plus negative 34. Negative wins, so we're going to subtract. And we get 14 minus 9 is 5. This borrowed, right? So 2 minus 1 is 1, it's 15. Negative. I need a negative sign. 18 is going to win. 18 minus 5, and that's very easy. It's 13, positive. 45 plus negative 34 becomes plus 34, and this one is just 45 plus 34, and that gives us 89. This one I will do 2 by 2, so I'll do these two first. Negative 26, I'll do this on underline like that. Negative 6 plus 24, it's going to be positive, right? So 24 minus 6 is 18. Plus negative 9, okay, again, who wins? The 18 wins, so it's going to be positive 9. I'm going to do these two first. Okay, so that gives me 15 plus 24, and that's simple enough. 15 plus 24 is 39. Now I'm going to do plus negative 10. Who's going to win? Negative 39 plus negative 10 is going to be 39 is going to win, right? So it's positive. 39 minus 10 is going to give you 29. So it's going to be 29. Now I'm going to do this part here. Minus negative 5. And gets 29 plus 5, which gives me a total of 34. Okay. Should have more room. And just give me a second. Let's see if I can find more room. Just pause this for a second. Okay, found a better copy. So, where were we? We were somewhere over here. And now I can do this. Give us more room. Same thing. Use the same rules of integers, okay, to subtract other rational numbers. So we're going to have negative 3 1/4, right? Change that to positive, and 8 3/5 becomes negative 8 3/5. We can do that first, so you can find the LCM first. It doesn't really matter. So we need the LCM, which is 20 plus negative 8, and then it's a 20 at the bottom, right? So this is negative 3. So change colors, times 5, this could be a 5. Here was times 4, and 10 times 4, it could be a 12. Are they the same? Yes, they are. So we can add them, right? So my answer is going to be negative. Negative 3 and 8 is 11. And then 20 at the bottom, 5 and 12 is 17. That's my final answer. This one, 0.65 becomes 65 over 100. Okay, some of you know to simplify, but I'm not going to do it with a simplified version only because some of you we haven't gone over the simplifying. So if you can simplify, go ahead and simplify, make your life easier. And I'm going to find the LCM. Okay, so let me write like this first. Now I need to find the LCM, which is 100 minus 100 here. So this is the same, so that's okay. 4 times 25, therefore 3 times 25, and that's 75. Now we can do keep, first one, right? Because it's the same thing as adding the opposite here, which is negative 75 over 100. Who wins? These guys are going to win. So that's going to be a negative answer. Because my fraction being 65 and 75, it's 10 over 100 or just 1 over 10. Okay. Move on. Same thing here. This becomes 24 over 100 plus 3 over 10, and I don't know. Well, I forgot the negative sign, so let's make that a negative sign. So plus negative 3 over 10. LCM is 100. That stays the same. This one, 10 times what's 100? It's 10 times 10, and then times 10 at the top. 3 times 10 is negative 30. Who's going to win? These guys are going to win, right? So it's 100, so we're going to subtract 30 minus 24, subtract, borrow, 10 minus 4 is 6, and we're going to get negative 6 over 100. Or if you simplify, 3 over 50, that's fine too. 2/5 plus negative 78 over 100, right? Change that. LCM is 100 plus 100 here, negative 78, and this is going to be times 20. And this is times 20, so that gives me a 40. Who's going to win? These guys are going to win, right? Because it's more negatives. So 78 minus 40 is just simply 38. Negative 38, if you simplify, 19 over 50, that's also fine. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, so you can do LCM first, so you can change it first, whatever you want, it's okay. So let's change it first. Negative 3. You know what? Let's find the LCM first. The LCM is 28. You know what? I'm going to change it first. Sorry. Negative 3 over 7 plus negative 3 over 4. If I change this, it's going to be 28, right? The LCM is 28. Negative plus here, negative 28. This is 7 times 4, which is 28. So on top is times 4, which gives me 12. 4 times 7 is 28. On top is times 7, so that's 21. So this is negative. This is negative. So the answer is going to be negative something, right? So amigos, they're friends. So 12 and 21 is 30 something, 33. Improper fraction, let's change this to an improper fraction, mixed number, sorry. 28 goes into 33 one time, 5 left over, 28 and negative. Next one, this one we don't need to change, so let's find the LCM. The LCM is 24. 6 times 3, and then 5 times 3, which is 15. Oh, I'm sorry, this is negative. Let me put in parentheses. So this is times, oops, I made a mistake. It's times 4, so it's 24. 24 plus negative times 4, and then times 4 gives me 20, times 3, and then times 3 gives me 9. Who wins? These guys are going to win. So it's going to be 24. It's going to be positive. You don't need to write the positive. I'm just showing you. So 20 minus 9 is 11. All right, so the next one. Okay, like I said, some of you guys are going to use 1/4, 3/5. So I am going to make this the long way. So this is going to be 25 over 100, right? Minus negative 3/5. So let's do this together. Actually, you know what? I'm going to write the whole thing. Minus 3/5 plus 0.3 plus, no, not 0.3, but better yet, 3 over 10 plus negative 1/4. Let's find the LCM of everybody. So the LCM of 100, 5, 10, and 4, it's going to be 100. All right. So I can change everything to 100. Okay, or if you use 1/4, the LCM would have been 20. That's okay too. I don't know which way to do it, so you know what? Let me just do it with 100 for now, and then the other problem I'll do it the easy way, okay? So this stays 25 over 100 minus, and this is going to change to 100, and we're going to get times 20, and then times 20, which is going to be 60, plus this is going to be 100, right? So it's times 10. 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 here is 30, and plus, I'm going to change this to 100 too. It's going to be 100 times 25, and then top times 25, and you get 25. Now they're all the same, so we can do 2 at a time. Okay, so these two, it's negative 25 over 100 plus 60 over 100, right? We got to change this, right? So who wins? These guys are going to win. So 60 minus 25 is 45 over 100, positive. I'm going to add these two, plus 30 over 100, and that gives us 45 plus 70, positive and positive, so positive 70 over 100. Now this I'm going to add with plus negative 25 over 100. Who wins? These guys, and it's going to win because they have 45 more, 45 over 100. Or if you divide this by 5, you get 9 out of 20. Okay, so either answer is fine with me. All right. So this one, let's see if I can do anything special with this. 0 over 4 is 4 over 10, plus negative 3/4 minus 4/5, plus, and that should be a negative, okay, because the parentheses, I meant to say negative, so hopefully you did it. If you did it, it's okay, but I changed it to negative 85 over 100. The LCM of this one is definitely 100, so you don't have a choice. 100 plus negative something over 100 minus something over 100 plus, and the last one stays at the same. Okay, so the LCM, if you do the LCM of 10, 4, 5, and 100, and you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, blah, blah, there's 100, 100, 100, and 100. Okay, so that would have been your LCM. So let's change 10 times 10. So times 10 equals 40. 40 times 25 times 25, which is 75, times 20 times 20, which is 80. And the last one stays. So these two, positive plus a negative, the negative is going to win. There's more, so you're going to get negative 35 over 100 minus 80 over 100, right? So we're going to do this one, right? 35 over 100. So keep plus negative 80 over 100, right? So they're both negatives, and you're going to get 100 at the bottom, and negative 35 and negative 80 is 135, right? And then we're going to go plus, what was that last one? Negative 85 over 100. So negative and negative, I'm just going to write here, it's going to be 100 at the bottom. The answer is going to be negative, and negative 35 and 85 is 120, 220. 220, we're going to simplify this. It's going to be 2 times 20 over 100, or 2 times 2 over 105. That's your final answer. So if you got this or this, I'm okay. So this one's also a pretty simple problem. Let's find the LCM first, or don't matter what you do first. So let's find the LCM. The LCM is 5, 8 minus 6, 8. So if the LCM is 8, this is the same. This one will be times 2, and you get 6. Now let's change. Keep the same. Change the addition to subtraction to addition, and then this 6 minus 8 becomes negative 618. Then parentheses, they're both negatives, so we can add, right? So when they're both negatives, we can add, so it's 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 plus 6 is 11, but negative. Same thing here. 7, the LCM is 14, minus negative 1 and 14 over 3. So times 2 gives me 14, times 2 gives me 6, times 7, times 7, 7. Keep, right, stays the same, plus, and this is going to change to 1 and 6, 14. It was negative, now it's positive. Let's add. 7 plus 1 is 8. 7 plus 6 is 13 over 14. Final answer. So point A, I think point 8, oh I forgot, if you have point, here's point 8, negative 2. And you want point B, which is 4 units away. So now here, what you can do is, oh my god, it's by 2s, so here's 1, if you want. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, negative 1, negative 2, negative 5, negative 7, negative 9. This is negative 3, by the way. Right? Negative 3. So 0, 9. So if your number line comes like that, you can do that. So 4.5 units away, you can go right, you can go left. I didn't specify, so let's just make it 4.5. So 1 unit, 2, 3, 4 would be 2.5. So that would be 2.5. So point B, this is point B. Where is point B? On 2.5 or 2.5 or 2.5. If you went the other way, where were you? At 2, you gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4.5 would be 6.5 or 6.5 pero negative. Okay, doesn't matter which way you go. Temperature was 8 degrees in the morning. Here's the temperature in the morning. In the afternoon, the temperature was negative 9. So I think this is temperature, right? So let me just erase this. Okay, so let's start again. So here's your temperature. I'm going to use a number line. Okay, it was 8 in the morning. So at 8 in the morning, it was 8. And then it dropped by 9. In the afternoon, the temperature was 9 degrees. So it went all the way 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9. So in the afternoon, it was here, afternoon. How much did it drop? Well, it dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the drop was negative 17. Okay. Sam old. He old. So old means he didn't have much. So he started at negative 45. Then he borrowed. He went another negative 85. And then he paid. Paid's a good thing. Plus 56. Okay, so how much does he have now? Well, I'm going to have to do some problems. So this one is negative 45 plus negative 87. They're both negative, so it becomes 45 and 87, which is 12, 132. So he's at negative 132 now. Then he paid back a little bit of what you owe, which is plus 56. Who's winning? The negative, and it's going to be 132 minus 56. 12 minus 6 is 6. It's going to be a 12 minus 5, which is 7. That borrowed, right? Sorry. And he's still negative, but no buts. He's just still negative. Okay, he still owes $76. Grace spent $234 on a sweater. She then got paid $524. How much does she have now? Well, it's a good thing. So she obviously has a little bit left over, right? So how much does he have? So you're going to have to do 542. But you know what? The better way is she started, she spent, so spending is negative, right? And then somebody paid her $542. So how much she have now? Well, who's going to win? These guys. So we do 542.87 minus 234.4. So that's a 7, that's a 4. Let's do some borrowing. 12 minus 4 is 8. 3 and 3 is 0. 5 and 2 is 3. So how much she have now? 308.47. And this is positive. Okay. So the temperature in Colombia, I'm going to write 89. That's 0. 0, that's 0. This is Colombia. It's pretty hot. Probably summertime. And then Alaska, made this up by the way. So negative 87. I have no idea if it gets that. So that's how cold it is in Alaska. What is the difference in the temperature here? So the difference is this distance. Okay, so it's this distance plus this distance. Remember, distance can't be negative, right? So what's the difference between these two prices? So over here would be 89 plus 87, which is going to be 176. So that's the difference between the two temperatures. So imagine if you had to walk from 89 to negative 87. So you had to walk 89 steps to 0, and then from 0 you had to walk 87 steps. And the total will give you this, okay? Patrick had $12 positive. That's what he had. He spent. It's minus 45, and then his father gave him 100, so that's plus 100. That's it. Represent the situation with integers. So here's your little story, and this is how the integers represent that story. Here, there's a football question. I'm so against these questions, but you're going to see something like this. This New York Giants scored a touchdown for 15 yards. I don't even know if that makes any sense. So whoever ran and got the touchdown probably got 15 yards. So that's a good score. Okay, they got points. That's 15 plus 15. A first down for 20 yards. That's a good thing again. So that's plus. Okay, this is a plus situation. This is a plus situation. Okay, two good things. Plus 15, plus 20, and then they lost 8, minus 8. Okay, so that's how you represent it. And then, how much was their total here? 15 and 20 is 35. Minus 8 equals 27. Okay, so this is their net yardage or their total yardage that they got. All right, so this one I think gave some of you a little challenge. So here is his weight change. So week 1, he gained 7.5 kilos, then he lost 2.345 kilos, and he gained 0.23 kilos. So what did his weight increase or decrease after 3 weeks? Well, let's see. First he gained 7.5, then he lost 2.345, then he gained 0.23. So let's see what happened. So 7.5 minus 7.5 minus, put a dot here, so now it's 2, 3, 4, 5, a 0 and a 0. Subtract, so this is going to borrow, that's going to become a 10, that's going to become a 9, that's going to become 10 minus 5 is 5, 5, 1, 5. So this is 5.155 plus 0.23. So we're going to add plus 0 point, decimal under decimal, add a 0 over here. That's a 5, that's a 8, that's a 3.5. So at the end, after 3 weeks, he actually got a little chubbier. He gained 5.385. So after 3 weeks, he was 72 kilos. Okay, after 3 weeks. So what was his weight in week 1? So we can do 72. There's no decimal, so put a decimal here. 0 minus 5.385. Add a 0 and a 0. We're going to do a lot of borrowing here. So 7 becomes a 6, 12, 11. This is a 10, becomes a 9. This is another 10, becomes a 9. And this is a 10. 5, 1, 6, 6, 6. So this is what, so he started with 66.615, then plus 7.5, then minus 2.35, then plus 0.35, and that's how he got to 72. So this is what he started with, and he got 72. Okay. On Monday, the temperature was -8, so here's the temperature Monday. On Friday, the temperature was 12, so it went all the way, and let's move this 11, 12. Here's 12. Okay, show the temperatures for Monday and Friday. Here's Monday, and this is, I'm going to write this Friday. How many degrees warmer was it on Friday? Well, it was -8 and jumped all the way to 12. Let's see how many degrees it went. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So, the temperature, blah, 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 the temperature got warmer by 12 degrees. Okay, and you can use the number line to show your work. Okay, so I'm missing the word, and we're going to use, this was the score. Our junior high school 1A4 played a soccer game on Friday, and we won. This was the score. So this is your bonus word right here. That's it for the English version.